What's up, guys? So I just got back from a 2-day dual sport ride on the DR650. Fantastic ride. There was probably 50 to maybe 70 bikes total, split up into small groups, but roughly 500 miles on gravel. Fantastic weekend. We had wonderful weather. And the thing that was really cool, especially the second day, was a lot of us, at least in our group, we had about 12 people in our group, and probably 7 or 8 of them had Cardo helmet headsets. I've got the Cardo Packtalk Bold, and I know several of the others had the same unit. And the first day we were having a lot of issues getting them connected to each other. So we'd maybe get one person connected with someone else, but then we couldn't figure out how to get everybody else connected in. And there are instructions that come with the unit showing how to do it with the multiple button combinations on the unit on your helmet. But you can also download the app, Android or iPhone. We had several riders that had both or one or the other, and even the app isn't super intuitive. But I'm going to show you what we finally figured out, and once we figured it out, it was super easy to do, and we had all 6 or 7 people in that group. And it's really great because the DMC, with that large of a group, we do get spread out, separated a little bit from time to time, but with this DMC mesh network, if you get out of range, you drop out of the group, but as soon as you're back in range, you automatically get added back to the group, and it doesn't matter like who's the leader or anything like that. You come back to the group, and then you can start talking again. It's really great. It was really fantastic the second day when we finally got it all figured out, because once the guy in the very back caught up with the rest of the group, he could say, everybody's here, you can take off when we change directions or whatever. So it really saved a lot of time. Also, it's really helpful down some of those narrow gravel roads. If you got a car that's coming towards you, you can kind of let everybody behind you know that they need to slow down, stay to their side of the road. But I'm going to switch over to just a screen view of my phone so I can show you what we do in the app. Okay, now that you've got the app open, you want to go into the settings, tap this little gear icon, and go into the unit settings, and you want to set your unit name to something that's identifiable. By default, this just comes as Packtalk Bold, and if every rider has the same name of Packtalk Bold, nobody's going to be able to tell who you are. Every group that you set up is going to need a group administrator. So basically everybody needs to join the same group. So the admin needs to tap this intercom button, and by default it'll create a group for you, and it'll just be called Group 1. It's best just to name things appropriately, so you can tap this little pencil icon and go in and change the name to something appropriate. When you exit out of the edit menu, just tap the add riders and then choose to pair more riders. And this is going to pop up a little dialog that just says waiting for more riders to join. So now as a rider, you want to open the app and tap the intercom button to go in. And this is going to create a group for you. If if you're brand new to this, it's going to create a group. But in the top right corner, there's a button that shows, that's your group list button. So tap that little circle with the little helmets in it, and this is going to show you a list of all the groups that you've been a part of. Obviously, if this is your first group, you're only going to have one, but you want to tap the group and click Join Group. When you do that, it's going to search for a group to join. Hopefully your administrator still has his pairing going, and you'll join right in. So once you get paired to a group, the reason that we want to name our unit something that's identifiable is you can see here that under my group, it shows every member that's in there. So you can see me, I'm a member of the group, and then we've got JW's Packtalk, and then the list, you can scroll through the list. The thing that's nice is once everybody's identifiable, you can select a rider and then decide to mute them, or you can select a rider and add one or multiple riders to a private group. There's also a bridge button there. I think that's a way that you can bridge in non-Cardo riders. So someone that maybe has a Cena headset, it just pairs with via Bluetooth, and so you can kind of bridge other riders in. So hopefully that helps you out. I know it's that kind of hidden button in the top right corner that you don't really pay that much attention to, but that's really the key to it all. And I had my group named, a certain SBR group, just so I'd have something to associate it with. But on every other user's phone, it's just going to be group 1 or group 2 or whatever, unless they rename that group. So hopefully that helps you out. Like I said, I'm really happy with this headset. It's got tons and tons of features, most of which I don't use. The app really helps because you can kind of dial in and adjust all the settings and the automatic volume adjustment and things like that. Another thing that I found that was kind of bothering me is I do listen to music through Bluetooth from my phone. And normally when I'm just out riding by myself, the music's plenty loud and no issues. But once I connected to a group, as far as communicating back and forth, I could barely hear my music. But if you go into the settings in the app and go to audio settings and then volume controls, there is a setting called background music. And so you can adjust that up higher. I think by default it's probably set to about 50%. And so if you were connected to a group as far as communicating, you're only going to hear your music at 50%. Now it's still, that's all the time when no one's talking. Now it does lower the volume once people start talking, so you can actually hear what they're saying. But by default, just the background music, if you're in communication mode or intercom, it's going to be based on whatever you have your volume level set to. So I turned mine up to, I think I ended up bumping it up to like 70%. And you could probably actually push it up to 100% depending on what your setup's like. I've got my phone, I use it as my GPS as well. And so it's right up on my handlebars, and I can just use the volume buttons on my phone to lower the music volume. That way I can still have the communication volume control on the headset itself. So like I said, I hope this helps. I know it was super frustrating for us trying to get connected to each other, on little pit stops and stuff. And finally, Sunday morning, we're like, we need to figure this out. So we got it all ironed out, made that second day really, really fun because everybody could just talk back and forth and give heads up on obstacles or anything that was waiting ahead, and just made riding much more enjoyable. So if you like what I do, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, leave me a comment down below if you got a question or try to answer it, or if you just got a comment. Till next time, we'll see you later.